That's fine.
Here we have an example with long division, and this one is a little bit beefier than other examples. Usually I feel like you first start off by dividing by a linear binomial, and even if this got a little bit bigger, we might do second power, third power, fourth power. This is all the way to the sixth, but you do the exact same process the whole way through. What you want to remember is you're going to do a lot of counterclockwise swirl action while you're solving something like this problem, okay? To start off a long division problem, we start all of them more or less the same way. And we start them off by doing the line leader on the inside, 5x to the 6. I know it's a little squished there on the side. And we divide that by the line leader on the outside, x to the second. And what do we get when we divide 5x to the 6th by x to the second?
We got 5x to the 4th.
Good. And then we put that above negative 11x to the 4th because everything with the same power will be in a column when we're done. So this is beginning our counterclockwise swirl. Okay, we start here, going around. Now we're here. Now we take this, we multiply it by this, and then we write it underneath right over here. So if you take 5x to the 4th and you multiply it by bing, bang, boom, what do I get underneath those terms?
5x to the 6th.
Good.
And you would get negative 20x to the 5th.
Good.
Then you would get 10x to the 4th.
Good. And we're in good shape when the powers are still lining up in the right columns. Now, parentheses, minus sign, underline, cancel. That was my original thing. But then I did the Mary had a little lamb, and now I don't remember my own words. Pretty please, I don't sing, so we're going to talk it. Pretty please, parentheses, minus sign, underline. Oh, what were my little lyrics? Do I have it on the computer here? Probably. But that's how it starts. Pretty please, parentheses, minus sign, underline. I said something about those going away, I think. Whatever. Negative means opposite. Something, well, whatever. I'll find it later. Minus the parentheses means you're going to distribute the minus sign to everything, and negative means opposite. So you're going to do the opposite. So this should cancel. Negative 16, it becomes plus 20. And then we have negative 11 minus 10, So what do I get underneath?
So you'd get 4x to the 5th under the
yes,
under there. And then you would get negative 21x to the 4th.
Yes. Then we bring down the next term. We're right here. So one other thing I did point out when we were first dividing is whatever number of terms you are dividing by in our divisor over here, as you do the problem, each step of the way, you're going to have that many terms. So it's like here we have 3 terms again, 3 terms again. Underneath we're going to have 3 terms. Continue till you're done. So now so we went here, 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 subtracted, we're here. Then we go here and we do again. We're going to divide line leader on the inside by the line leader on the outside. So 4x to the 5th divided by x squared. And what do we get?
We got 4x to the 3rd.
Yep, and that goes right up here. Plus 4x to the 3rd. Then we take 4x to the 3rd. We multiply it over here. We take that answer and we write it underneath there. So what are we going to write for our answer underneath?
4x to the 5th. And then it would be negative 16x to the 4th.
Good.
And then 8 plus 8x to the 3rd.
Yes. Plus 8x to the 3rd. Parentheses, minus sign, underline, cancel. All right. Negative means opposite, so do the opposite. So negative 21 plus 16. positive 22 minus 8. So what do we get underneath?
We get 5x to the fourth.
Double check your thought. Think again about that one.
So it would be the negative would distribute to the 16.
So it became plus, but you started with the negative 21. So you had a lot more negative than positive.
So it's negative 5x to the fourth.
Negative better, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then plus, that would be 14, wait, 14x to the third.
Good. Bring down the next.
Yeah.
And we repeat again. Liter divided by liter. Negative 5 x to the 4 divided by x to the second. So make sure you include that negative sign.
Yeah, so it'd be negative x, or negative 5x to the second.
Negative 5, yeah. And always, once in a while, it doesn't hurt. Look at your columns. Look, all x squared, cubed, fourth, we're in good shape, you know? Take this, negative 5x squared, multiply it by this over here, and write it underneath. What do we get underneath?
Negative 5x to the fourth, and then plus 20x to the third, and then plus, or minus 10x to the second.
Parentheses, minus sign, underline. That'll cancel because it's doing the opposite. So it's a negative 5 plus 5 because we're doing the opposite. What about underneath though?
Then we'd add the 20 and the 14 would be 34. Or it'd be minus, so it'd be 6x to the third.
Careful though, positive or negative?
Negative.
Right, because it's a negative 20 and a positive 14, right?
Yeah.
So negative 6x to the third, all right?
And then plus 4x to the second.
Do the opposite.
Oh yeah, so it'd be 24x to the second.
Positive, yeah. Just keep saying to yourself, gotta do the opposite. Bring down the next. Now what?
Minus 4x.
Minus 4x, yep. Then line leader, negative 6x to the third divided by x to the second.
So that'd be negative 6x.
Negative 6x, good. Multiply it by this, write it underneath this.
Yes, negative 6x to the third. Plus 24x to the second.
Good.
And then minus 12x.
Good. Parentheses, minus sign, underline, cancel. Careful here. Do the opposite of this one. So whatever's on bottom, you're going to do the opposite. So instead of 24 plus 24, you have to do 24 minus 24. And I don't just cross it out like the other one. If it is 0, you write 0x to the whatever.
So then, so it'd be 0x to the second, is what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So 0x to the second. And do the opposite.
It'd be 8x.
8, yes. Then we bring down, so we're bringing down our last thing. So we're in good shape right now, plus 9. So we got one more round. After this, anything that's left is the remainder. So 0x squared, just treat it like every other part, divided by x squared. What do we get?
0.
So 0. Multiply the 0 to this and write it here. Don't get weird about it. We're just going to carry on and do it.
So 0x to the second.
Yes.
And
It doesn't
Plus
matter if you use
0.
plus or minus.
So plus 0.
X.
X. And then plus 0 again, yeah.
Parentheses, minus sign. Underline. Cancel. 8x. Who cares if it's plus or minus when it's 0? What do I get underneath?
8x.
Good.
Plus 9.
Yeah. Now, anything that's left, see, I don't have a third thing to bring down. I know it's like, oop, there it is. I don't have a third thing to bring down. So this is actually my remainder. So I'm going to take this 8x plus 9, which is positive 8, okay, which is important. I'm going to take that 8x plus 9, and what I'm going to do is, let me just move this out of my way, is when I write my answer up here, that's like my whole big quotient, plus, I'm just going to squeeze it over here. Obviously, I don't need to write the 0, but I have it up there. I have 8x plus 9 over whatever it was I was dividing by. So x to the second minus 4x plus 2. Let me just, there we go, a little zoom out. So my answer, my whole entire answer, is that right over there, okay? So another piece of advice though is your remainder should always have a smaller power than the denominator. Like if they're the same power or if the top is bigger, that means you could still divide. So the remainder should be a smaller power than the denominator, the thing that you're dividing by, okay?
All right.
So there's that. And there was just one other thing I wanted to look for before I end this recording. Let's see if I could find this. Hold on. Trying to find. Of course, I'm not going to find it now, but no, good. Oh, maybe it's in here. I don't know where it is. I was looking for my Mary Had a Little Lamb thing with the words so that I could remember what it was. Pretty please, parentheses, minus sign, underline. I don't know. I'll save it for another video, I guess. I'm so sad. It's still a new song. I'm learning the words to my little song myself, but I don't see it here. I'm gonna look in this folder one more time. I'm gonna make these pictures bigger. See, I have this picture I could drag in here. Did it pop up? Yeah. Let me do that. And no, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Move my little lamb. There we go. So there's the lamb with the parentheses. There's the picture I drew for you guys. Beautiful. I know, my artwork, amazing. But then I had put it inside one of your assignments, if you remember, inside of a quizzy thing, with the words for you to learn, and I don't know what I did with it. So another day, I guess that's the end. So if this example, I'll get rid of this little lamb. If this example was good, helpful, and you understand for your own records, put a thumbs up on it. But if you're like, I probably should review this and watch it again, give it a thumbs down so that you know this is something that deserves a little bit more of your attention. Okay?